So if I had to choose between the Mustang Mach-E and the Volkswagen id.4, which one would I choose? Now, anyone who follows me knows that I love Teslas and I'm highly critical of other EVs. And there's good reason for that. Other car companies have been sitting on their hands for a decade. But I do like to give all EVs a fair shot. So I went out and test drove the Mustang Mach-E and the Volkswagen id.4 and wanted to give my thoughts on both of those. So let's start with the Volkswagen id.4. So the first thing I noticed when I pulled in the parking lot is the car looks good. It looks like a normal SUV, which is a good thing. It's not a weird mobile. It's not getting extra curves and lines and weird things just because it's an EV. It just looks like a Volkswagen. So I walked around the car, checked out all the fit and finish. It looks great. They know what they're doing. They're Volkswagen. They know how to build a car. So I got inside. The first thing I noticed is the big panoramic glass roof, which looks cool, but it's not cool. It was only in the 60s the day we went out, and it got hot. My head was hot. So I closed the sunshade that it comes with, and it was still hot on my head. I'm not sure why. Tesla's roofs are glass, but they have them pretty well tinted, blocking most of the heat. Pause and play. How cute. So when you get in the car, all you have to do is put your foot on the pause pedal and it starts up. But for some reason, it has a start-stop engine button. What does that do? More USB-C down here. A couple cup holders. Little movable armrests. They're okay. Comfortable enough. This looks adjustable, but it's not. These just come out. Not a ton of storage space. That closes up. So we pulled out of the parking lot and I floored it. And it was slow. Gonna floor it. No power. I mean, it was slower than my 2013 Leaf, and that was not a quick car. There's no reason it needs to be that slow. Now, not everyone needs 0 to 60 in 3 seconds like I'm used to, but the Chevy Bolt does 0 to 60 in just over 6 seconds. And that's, it's quick, but it's not super sports car quick. I think that's a good spot, the 6-second range. Making it, 9 seconds, 0 to 60? It's software limited. So maybe they'll update that. Maybe they'll change that. I don't know, but why, Volkswagen? So since we had the car to ourselves, I took it to the Asheville outlets and just got out and went over the whole car. Just spent time looking at everything. Where do I plug this thing in? So I got into the hatch and the cargo space is fine. But I opened up the little door on the bottom and I expected to see, a lower trunk like in my car. But you open it up and it's about a 2 to 3 inch space, the entire size of the hatch under a door. So what would you store in there? Some notebooks and laptops? It seems useless. Just take that door off and you have 2 to 3 more inches of height. Then there's another door. I open that up and it's just a small little cubby, big enough for some tools and your charging cables and things like that. No real storage. It's not like the lower trunk in a Model Y or Model 3. So I thought, okay, all the storage space must be in the frunk. So I walked around, had to pop the frunk with an old manual release, lever, like a caveman. Let's check out the frunk. There's no frunk. There's no frunk at all. So much wasted space in this car. I, I don't understand why they engineered this. And, you know, everyone talks about German car companies are known for their engineering. Why did they waste all this space? No frunk puppies here. So then, decided to get in and just check out the software. And it is so bad. At least in the one I drove. I don't know if maybe they hadn't installed an update or what, but it was the worst user interface. I could not find how to get to maps. It just, things were laggy. I'd push things and it wouldn't do anything. So the interface is very laggy. It freezes. It's hung up just from swiping. Lighting effects, mood. That camera is super fish-eyed and distorted. Whoa, look at that! It's the Model 2! It was so bad. Now I know software can be updated, and that's good. That's great. Hopefully that'll be fixed. Or maybe it already is. But it was the worst user experience as far as software goes. Now overall, I'd say the car is a good car. It's just so slow. There's not that much space, and the software just sucks. So on to the Mach-E. What did I think of the Mach-E? Well, I didn't get to take the Mach-E out on my own. I had to be in the car with a guy from the dealership, so I didn't get to go park it somewhere, look at every little bit, you know, on my own. You know, had that dealership experience. I mean, the guy was nice and he wasn't pushy, but, you know, you have a person right there on top of you. You can't just get into it like you normally would. So, the Mach-E. The Mach-E I drove was the long-range all-wheel drive. So, it was quick, but not as quick as a long-range all-wheel drive Model Y. It's fine. You know, it's way, way quicker than the Volkswagen, so that's cool. As far as internal space, I loved it. Now, the Mach-E had a glass roof as well, went all the way over, and my head did not get hot. So I don't know what's up with the Volkswagen. Anyway, we drove it a little while. I used the driver assistance features. It actually worked really well. It stayed in the lines. One thing I do like, and I would like to see Tesla implement, is that when you disengage, so I'm comparing to basic autopilot here. So when you disengage to change lanes in the Tesla, you have to either turn the wheel harshly and it disables it, or you push up on the stalk and it disables it, or you hit the brake and it disables it. You change lanes, recenter yourself, and then turn it back on. Now in the Mach-E, what you do is you're driving along, you take over, you just turn the wheel, go in the other lane, and then let go again, and it just recenters itself. And I think that's a cool way to do, you know, a basic autopilot where you don't have auto lane change, but you have to take over, because the turning is pretty harsh when you have to take over on a Tesla. You know, you have to jerk it out of the lane. So anyway, other than that, it ping-ponged more than Tesla. It stayed in the lane fine, but, you know, obviously it's their first shot. That's fine. It's fine if it, you know, it comes with a car and it's like basic autopilot. You know, it's good for most people on highway trips.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, but it don't fart.
No clown face when it's black, which is nice. The car itself was really comfortable. You know, the ride was soft. It felt, you know, like a good car. Overall, I just liked the experience. When we got back to the dealership, I opened up the back hatch. It's got plenty of space back there. Opened up the frunk. The frunk is enormous. Obviously, you know, they're marketing this thing as being able to hold your whole neighborhood's chicken wings. So, it's got a good frunk. It's got a good trunk. The build quality was great on the one that I had. So, overall, I think it's a good car. I think it will sell well. Just comparing those two cars, the cars themselves, I would say the Mach-E is up here and the Volkswagen is, I don't know, in the middle. It's okay. If they fix the software, it's fine for most people. But in the past couple weeks on Twitter, a couple Ford executives have been spreading FUD from Consumer Reports, just kind of not being cool with the Tesla community at all. When Ford launched the Mach-E a couple years ago, Elon got on Twitter and congratulated them. Their response now, the way they're acting toward Tesla and Elon and even Tesla fans on Twitter, it's really disappointing. Now, when you compare that with Volkswagen, and I will say, Volkswagen has been known for lying and cheating, but the way they've put forth their efforts to move to EVs, and they're not targeting Tesla or targeting Tesla fans or targeting Elon. In their advertising, they're actually comparing the id.4 to the RAV4, the CR-V, and Subaru. That's good. Get rid of the ICE cars. Quit trying to hit Tesla and ride the Tesla wave. Show that you have a good product. It'll sell well, and you can have your chunk of the market. So, because of that, my weighting changed a little bit. And I would say, if you don't care what the company is doing or what the executives say or anything like that, you just want a car, the Mach-E is a better car. If you care about the mission, if you care about where the company is trying to move, maybe Volkswagen might be the better choice. But overall, they're both good cars. If you want some power, the Mach-E is the choice. If you want comfort and good build quality and just a regular car, the Volkswagen's a good option if they fix the software. So anyway, those are my thoughts, my honest thoughts. I really do like the Mach-E, but man, the way their executives are acting on Twitter has really turned me against it in the past couple weeks. 2 weeks ago when I drove it, I was like, wow, this is great. This is the best EV outside Tesla. But I just can't overlook that. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching. See you next time. So let's start with the Volkswagen Mach-E. That's not a car.